Hey there, true believers, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home wave. I'm willing to, well, I don't know about that. I'm hoping that they're going to do at least 2 or 3 Spider-Man No Way Home waves, because I know how normally they like to do, they like to split the waves up and have comic book figures and movie figures. The only wave that I can really think of where they didn't do that was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier wave. I can't think of any other wave, Build-A-Figure wave, that has just movie figures. Maybe they did it for Endgame, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'd hope that they do 3 waves here, because I want to see all the villains get made, because we don't see enough of the villains get made for these movies, and it's very, very frustrating. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we got it right up on here. Turn this a little bit. Oh, not that much. Alright. So I'm using Big Bad Toy Store, their website, because it was the only place I could find all the images together besides one. But I gotta tell you right off the bat, here's all the figures right here in the wave. We've got Marvel's Armadillo as the Build-A-Figure. We got the new Spider-Man, the new Iron Spider suit, the black and gold suit, the Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I have a problem with the fact that they give Miles Morales so much love. They give him all brand new shit, but the PS4 Spider-Man is just a freaking... What body did they use? They use the Sunfire body? What the hell, man? What the hell's that shit? Got J.K. Simmons in here, which is a very weird person to put into the wave. So you can tell that this is definitely just them not trying to do any kind of spoilers. Doctor Strange looks really, really good. For me, though, I mean, I don't have a Doctor Strange figure, but right now I'm planning on just getting the Maeve, and I'll be good. You know, I'll be good with that. The only thing is I wish the Maeve had a head sculpt that was similar to this. The Maeve one has all the hair slit, he has it combed back. I like Doctor Strange when he's got that little bit coming down. But let's go ahead and take a look at the individual ones, because I'm not sure what that girl's name is, and I can't remember what the dude's name is. I think it's Moreland. So he's the... I just punched myself in the face. Moreland is the villain of Spider-Verse, which is a very, very interesting... Why do I keep looking at you? I'm looking at you. It's a very interesting villain to put in this wave. The villain of the Spider-Verse comic is in the wave for the Spider-Man No Way Home film, which many believe is a Spider-Verse movie, because it is. Anyway, Hasbro's trying to play some games with us, bastards. Anyway, this figure looks pretty cool. We get the little suction things on his hands in there, because, you know, he's a creepy dude. So basically what this guy's gist is he goes throughout the multiverse killing a bunch of spider people because he thinks he's cool. I do like his body. Now, if I had him in the collection, I probably wouldn't leave him. Like, I wouldn't buy him just to have him. I'd buy him for pieces, because his legs look very, very useful. Now, see, one of the things I don't like about Marvel Legends is, because I don't like about Hasbro in general, is with the suited bodies they use, what do they call it, the Chameleon body mold? And then I think they have another one that's slightly bigger. All of the figures look like little scrawny little legs. Like the most recent Peter Parker figure they did for the retro wave. Like, you're gonna have that figure standing next to the retro, or is he? He's in a pose, never mind. But it's like he looks like a little straw with those little tiny little skinny legs. Like, how are you gonna use Stan Lee? How are you gonna use a chameleon body for Stan Lee and Peter Parker? Like, that makes no sense. Little skinny little legs. So this guy looks like he's got some beefier legs. It's not by much, but it definitely looks a little bit better. So that would be useful. Overall, he looks pretty good, you know? I mean, it is what it is. I'm not too excited to see this. I never buy full waves. The only wave that I considered buying a full wave for was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier one. But even then, I'm not a big fan of the Bucky figure. I don't really like it. I think he's got His body is too square. It doesn't give Sebastian Stan. It doesn't do him justice, I don't think. Actually, I think that this guy has some butterfly joints too. Let's go back in there. Maybe that. I think that's just the sculpt of the shoulder. He could have some, but I think that was just the sculpt of the shoulder that I was seeing. And then let's take a look at this other person because, or not. Let's do this. Get this other person out of the way. Where is she? Shriek. So, of course, we get these stupid freaking hands that we're always seeing with the girl Marvel Legends. So tired of this nonsense. What is this? Why? Tell me why my Mary Jane figure has this going on. It's annoying. I don't like it. Anyway, she's got the bicep swivel and the double jointed elbows, which are very, very cool. Not only does she have the double jointed elbows, but she also has the pinless joints. Very, very, very cool. Good for possible customs. Or just having a good figure, because she looks pretty cool. I don't like those hands, though. It looks like she comes with some interchangeable hands, though, which is very nice, because I hate those hands so much. It bothers me so much. Like, it legitimately bothers me that Mary, I don't even know where she is. I think she fell. Here she is. Like, it legitimately bothers me that she's got this hand. Like, why do you have that? Same with my Kate Bishop Hawkeye. That makes a little bit more sense, because it's like, you could use it, I use it as like, she's just let go of the bow. So that doesn't really bother me as much, but literally every female character has that same hand. Invisible Woman, fucking Jean Grey, every single character. I don't even know. Alright. Let's take a look at Miles, and then we can get right into the Spider-Verse, or the Spider-Man No Way Home figures. Miles looks freaking dope. Now, I haven't gotten a chance to play this game yet. I could buy it for the PS4 if I wanted to, but I decided I wasn't going to do that because I want to play this for the PS5. I had all my money set aside to get a PS5 and get a game and get a bunch of different games that I wanted to get. But, you know, we can't get our hands on the console. So I'm like, whatever. But I'm not going to buy it for the PS4. I want to play it for the PS5. But this suit looks so good. If anything, I don't know why Hasbro their photographer keeps giving us poses like this. Like, all 3 Spider-Man figures in this wave have this same pose. It's like, don't you realize that you're making it like, he doesn't have a double jointed, or he doesn't have toe articulation. So why are you putting him in poses where he would need toe articulation to look good? These people don't know how to pose figures. Now, I'm not no expert, alright? Most of my figures are in a vanilla pose, generally speaking, because I just think it looks better, but really my Spider-Man figures are the only ones that are in kind of crazy poses. For the most part, everybody's standing up. I mean, there's some exceptions, but I just like statue poses. Or, ace stances, whatever you want to call them. But this Miles looks really, really good. You get all this, all the detail on his chest, like he's got that texturing throughout the black underneath the webbing. He looks so good. They put way more love into this than they did for the actual Tom Holland Spider-Man figures, and I'll tell you why in a moment. It looks like the rest of the figure has some sort of texturing too, just some different type of texturing. It looks really, really good. He's got a good body mold. The only thing, he's also got, it looks like the neck is a separate joint from the torso, which is an interesting decision. It looks like his legs are a bit long, though. Like I said, I haven't played the game yet, though, so I haven't gotten a chance to see what he looks like just standing on. I haven't even looked at really any footage of the game since the trailer came out. But I don't know what Miles looks like just standing straight up and down in the game, like if you were just having him stand in a city. So he might have really long legs in the game like Peter does. But, like, just looking at it first glance, it does look a little bit odd, but I mean, if it's accurate, then it's accurate. You get these, what is this, what is power called? I forget what it's called. It's like the Venom, I can't remember. It's something Venom. He's got like a Venom shock type thing. It looks like his hands are a little bit big. I don't know if this was from a previous figure and they've just used it for Miles here, because I don't really see any of the web detailing. I could be wrong though. It's a little bit hard to tell, but his hands look a little bit big. It still looks alright though. And then we have the Miles head. Actually, the hands that he comes with look a little bit big too, so they're probably new sculpts. The Miles head looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's alright, you know. I wouldn't have the Miles head on there. I usually like to keep the Spider-Man head on there, apart from... There's only one figure that I consistently keep the... Like, besides my Hot Toys, there's only one figure that I consistently keep the head off of, or the Peter Parker head on, and that's my Ultimate Spider-Man, just because I don't think the head that he comes with looks like Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, the eyes are not the right shape. I mean, I have this guy's head on there, but that's more of just like a recent thing. And then my Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man has the Peter Parker head on there, but that's because I repainted the head and I was liking how it looks, but I'm gonna go ahead and redo it because I think I could do a better job. But Spider-Man, you know, this Spider-Man comes with the wall-crawling hands, the fist hands, the thwipping hands. Not many Spider-Man figures come with all three of those from Hasbro. It's usually just the fists and the thwipping hands, especially the movie figures. But recently, not a lot of the figures have come with the wall-crawling hands. But then, of course, he gets the right leg for Armadillo. Here's the packaging, the Gamerverse packaging. I'm hoping that they're going to do another Peter Parker figure for the Spider-Man 2 game. I'm sure they will. And hopefully they do it justice this time, because that first figure is freaking, I don't even know. Next up, we got Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is looking pretty dope with his magic effects. This figure, the belt on this figure would look really, really cool with just a wash going over this figure would look so nice. As well as the cape. I don't have any of the previous Doctor Strange figures, so I'm not entirely sure what's new here, but I mean, for the most part, it looks really good. And of course, you can see him holding the Eye of Agamotto there, which some people are a little bit taken back by, because we've seen that get destroyed in Infinity War. And of course, he doesn't have the Time Stone, so why does he have that? The figure looks good. It looks like this sculpt is new because he's got the pinless joints, so at least the arms are new. That's for sure. I don't know what else is, but at least the arms are new. I can't tell if he's got the pinless joints in the legs, though. I like these hands, though, with the effects on there. And then, so he's got 3 sets of hands. I mean, yeah, 3 sets of hands. He looks pretty cool as well. I mean, some more paint detail would look a little bit better, but you know, he's pretty cool looking. I'm probably not gonna pick up this whole wave. If they did another wave where you got like all the villains and all the Spider-Mans, then probably yeah. But this one, maybe the Miles and probably the integrated suit. This black and gold suit I do not like. The actual suit itself, I think, is a pretty cool idea, and it would look pretty cool. Even the Hot Toys one, I'm like a little bit not sure about, just because it has the red on the hands, and I'm very confused on why that's the case, because you see in the movie, the black and gold suit doesn't have red on the hands, and then you see with the Hot Toys, the Marvel Legends, it does, and then the Funko Pop, it doesn't. And then I think all the Titan figures don't have it as well. So what I'm thinking is that maybe, because the whole suit is the inside out version of this suit with the point, right? The one with the pointed, oh my god. The one with the pointed belt, but it's inside out. So like, is the whole suit inside out and then the wrist areas are flipped back around? Like that, I don't understand what's going on here. But the reason this figure makes me mad, because I was just thinking about it the other day, I'm like, how are they going to give us, they're going to make a whole new red and black suit. And the only difference is it has a point on the belt. Keep in mind, the only live action Spider-Man suit that's had the point on the belt is the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suits. The Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit doesn't even have a belt. I mean, technically, yeah, it comes to a point, but it's not even a belt. And then the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit kind of rounds off. It's kind of more round. And the only suit after Spider-Man 3 that had a point on it was the unused Civil War suit. The new red and black suit has the point. And then I'm like, well, why are these new suits, why do they give us the point and then take the point back away? But if you take a close look here, which I did the other day, you'll notice that the suit does have a point. But the reason it doesn't look like it is because they're reusing the black and red body mold, the upgraded suit body mold, and they're just painting random details on there to make it look like a different suit. Which is extremely unfortunate, because if you just take a close look here, you can see how all of this, you can take a look at the butterfly joints, you can see that there's lines here that don't match up. You can see here that especially on the waist, you can see these areas just don't line up. They're just painting random things to make it look like something else. It's very unfortunate. Like, especially since they've made, I can show you right now, that they're remaking the black and gold, or the black and red suit with the point on the belt, and we'll get to that in a minute. So why couldn't you just use those pieces to make this suit more accurate? Why do that? It doesn't make any sense. Like, the whole reason they make all these suits for the movies is to make more toys, yet the toy companies are too lazy and too cheap to make accurate versions of those suits. So why do it? And then you've got some companies that don't even make the suits at all. Or the villains. So instead of me being able to watch a set of Spider-Man movies that has an accurate representation of what Spider-Man looks like the Sam Raimi movies, like the Andrew Garfield movies, the only reason the Andrew Garfield suit changed is because fans wanted it to change, so they changed it. But no, the MCU, this is my problem with the MCU. One of my problems with the MCU. Now, don't get me wrong, you've seen my Marvel collection, if you watch any of my Blu-ray videos. I am a humongous MCU fan, but there's just too many things that get overlooked by too many people. Like, you sit here and you make all of these, there's no reason why Captain America should have 15 fucking suits. There's no reason why Spider-Man needs to have 16 suits. He should have 2 suits. If you're going to have it so he has one from Tony Stark and one from himself, he should have 2 suits. The homemade suit and the Stark suit. And then maybe after that he makes another suit that's more accurate. There's no reason for all these suits. The only reason they design all these suits, like I said, is to make toys, but yet the toy companies are too lazy to make the suits properly. It's just such a waste. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be very, very disappointed if the final battle of Spider-Man No Way Home, which is Tom's movie, has 2 Spider-Man standing next to him that look more like Spider-Man than he does. If he's wearing this black and gold suit, or if he's wearing this stupid Iron Spider suit, when the 2 Spider-Men next to him look more like Spider-Man than he does, it's going to be extremely disappointing. Even if he's wearing the black and red suit. Extremely disappointing. To have a Spider-Man movie that's about a particular Spider-Man that doesn't look like Spider-Man. It's a shame. It really is. That's how I feel about it. I'm very unimpressed with this figure. You've got the I don't even know what to call it. The electrical, the detailing on the suit that's printed on there, similar to how they did with this figure. Instead of sculpting it, they printed it. There's no texturing on the suit. It's just this this glossy printing to look like the details on the inside of the suit. And then, of course, the best figure out of the wave, in my opinion, is this one right here. This new Iron Spider suit, the integrated suit. Very, very nice suit. It looks to be 100% new sculpt, including the eyes. The eyes don't look like they have as much of a droop as these ones here. The eyes look like they're a slightly different shape. Yeah, I'm 95% positive that that is a different that is a different sculpt on the head. So everything here looks to be brand new, apart from maybe the feet. Feet look maybe. If the feet are reused, they're not those feet because they don't have the toe cap that's on there. They might be the the only ones that they could have reused this from is maybe the Stark Tech figure if they are reused. But this figure right here looks the best in my opinion. This is a very sharp looking figure. He's got this kind of like grayish, bluish, black color. It's a very weird color, but I like it. It's definitely a blue. It's got the texture on there. It's definitely a blue, but it's almost like a it's almost like stoned wash denim. It's got this worn look to it, which I really, really like. I don't know how they pulled that off. And it's got the pinless joints. This figure is very sharp looking with the new web shooters on there. It appears that this figure doesn't come with any arms. And we don't get a shot at the back of the figure, so I don't know if that's something they're going to be able to add in the future. Actually, now that I think about it, this suit might not even have arms. I don't remember seeing... I'm not entirely sure if I've seen any promotional pictures with this suit having arms. I think we've all just assumed that it has arms because of the spider looking like the Iron Spider suit. I'm not entirely sure if it has arms. It probably does, I just don't remember, but... This one is, if there's anything to pick up from this wave, it's definitely this figure because it's very sharp looking. The paint detailing, the texturing, the sculpt, all of it looks 100% amazing. So, and then of course the last figure that we've got to look at here is a Walmart exclusive, which I hopefully should be able to get my hands on because, you know, I work at Walmart. We get the 2-pack. A re-release of the 2-pack Peter Parker head. It looks like they've repainted it. We get this Spider-Man webbing that's from 2012. I don't know why that's here. It gives them a reason to throw in those useless web holding hands though, so you know, that's a plus, I guess. There is some differences here. From what I can tell, there is some differences here. With this very blurry image, we get the toe caps here and the heel cap are painted black this time around. Even though this sculpt originally isn't quite accurate to the suit, it is painted black this time around. The spider has the white trimming on it, and the belt and the abdomen piece are a new sculpt. Now, what they've done here is they've replaced the belt, so it has the webbing going all the way around, and then it also has the point on it. And they've replaced gotten rid of the black marks on there. So it looks very cool. It looks very accurate to what it's supposed to look like. The only thing is I think this would have been a good opportunity to raise the belt. Now, what do I mean by that? If you take a look here at this image, you can see that the top of the abdomen ab crunch piece, you can see that there's a good amount of black right there, and then the belt goes into the waist joint, and then you can see that the point comes down quite close to the crotch. Pretty much every Spider-Man suit has the belt pretty high up, especially the Raimi suit and the Tom Holland suits. They have the belt very high up. Andrew Garfield's first Amazing Spider-Man suit has it kind of low, and the second Amazing Spider-Man suit is kind of somewhere in between. I wouldn't say it's super high. I don't know. It kind of looks a little bit high because it doesn't come down to a point at all. But you can see that this one, that the point of the belt comes pretty close down to the crotch. Now, I think what they should have done with this is they should have retooled they should have sculpted it in a way where the belt sits higher on the waist. So if you can see with this one, the previous figure, you can see that the belt goes past the waist joint. I think what they should have done is they should have done something similar that we see with the import companies and get the majority of the belt above the waist joint. Now, obviously, this is a different system here, but I think that would have made the suit look a little bit more accurate. Not fully above the waist joint, because I think that would have looked weird for Marvel Legends, just because it's a different setup. But just to get that belt to sit a little bit higher, I think would have made the figure just that much more accurate, and it would have been very nice to see. And the arms look like they could have something different going on. They're definitely painted differently. Now, I didn't even know this, but there's actually 2 red stripes that go across the arms. With the previous Marvel Legends figure, you can see that there's only... Well, actually, you can't. You can see that there's only 1 stripe that goes across the arm. I didn't even realize that. I took a look at my Mafex and the SH Figure Arts, and there is 2 stripes that go across it. But I'm pretty sure the new red and black suit only has 1, and this time they've painted 2 on it. I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure... I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that the new suit only has the 1 red stripe, but I could be wrong. But this figure looks pretty cool as well, but like I said, the one to get is that integrated suit. This one's pretty cool to get because you get those new pieces. I've been thinking about myself taking the second Mafex Spider-Man that I have and trying to figure out some way to do the pointed belt, because I'm not entirely sure Mafex would re-release basically the exact same figure, just with a new abdomen piece. Now, I know with some of their figures, Mafex likes to give you accessories to make, like for instance, if you get the Cop Joker, you get the accessories to make the interrogated scene Joker, or if you get, in this case, the Stealth Suit Spider-Man, you get the head and neck to make the upgraded suit unmasked. But like something like an abdomen piece, I think is just a little bit too complicated to put as a swappable piece, just because that's different from a head. You know, you run the risk of breaking that if you try to pull that apart, because, you know, these boxes are labeled 15 and up. Younger kids like that might not be aware that you need to heat the plastic up in order to pull it apart. I mean, with this figure right now, I can pull it apart quite simply, but that might just be my figure. Some figures might be a little bit harder to do that, and then if you were to do that, that breaks. So I'm not entirely sure Mafex would release a abdomen piece just to make this suit more accurate. But at the same time, I don't think they would make a whole new figure just with a different belt piece. And I don't think Hot Toys would either. So it's interesting to see if they'll do that new suit, because if they don't, then Hasbro is your only option. And I think Hasbro could have done just a little bit better with making that belt a little bit higher and maybe adding some texture to the suit. And this time around, it doesn't even look like the black areas have the texture printing. It looks like it's all smooth from what I can see here. So, you know, it is what it is. But if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, all that good stuff. And of course, until next time, true believers.